Hey guys, I'm Jordan, and this is my ranking of every song by The Script. Just remember that this is my personal opinion. If your ranking is very different, please don't get offended. This is just my personal opinion. Also, I'm only ranking one version of each song, so no acoustic versions. Also, the lighting changes quite a lot throughout this video. It's because I filmed it sort of in the afternoon going into the early evening, and we're in the UK and it's winter, so it got dark outside, so the lighting changes. Sorry if it's really distracting. So now let's get into the ranking. We've got 70 songs, so let's go. So at number 70 is Awakening, which is, it's not a song. So I love it as an intro to Freedom Child, but I can't put it in any playlists because if Freedom Child doesn't play afterwards, then it's just really unsatisfying, and it had to be last. Ironically, number 69 is Love Not Lovers. So I don't know what it is about this song, but like every time I listen to it, it makes me cringe. And like I had to listen to it so many times on the Freedom Child, like before the Freedom Child tour, as I'm imagining plenty of you guys did, to win that competition, to meet them. I think it's something about Dan saying "have a little fun" on the phone that just I just can't do it. I skip it every time. However, I do actually enjoy certain parts of the tune, and obviously it's sampled on a song that's way higher up on this list. Deliverance is at number 68. This one is it's just like a bit boring to me. I think the songwriting isn't up to scratch of what we know The Script can do, and I just don't like, generally you'll see throughout this list, I didn't enjoy the sound of Freedom Child, and I think this is one of the worst ones for me personally. I know people love it, but Freedom Child wasn't for me, and this song really wasn't for me. 67 is Eden. Very similar to Deliverance, to be honest. Don't really have anything else to say, just think it's just not my favourite. I like it a little bit more than Deliverance, although they did kind of like go up and down on this list a few times, but they're just some of my least favourite songs. This one I put because I will occasionally listen to it more than Deliverance, mainly because my mum likes this one. At 66, I have Freedom Child. I feel like this is when we get into the songs that I don't skip every time. Like, most of the songs from here on up, I like. Freedom Child is one of those that I do listen to. I don't listen to it a lot, and I like Awakening before it, so I don't listen to it a lot because I don't listen to Awakening, because I don't listen to Freedom Child a lot. However, I really prefer the songwriting on these kind of songs more than the ones before it on this list. I like the message behind this song. I like the story of Mark, what Mark told about his, I can't remember if it was his son or his daughter, but one of his children, being the message behind this song. So I really enjoy it because of that. It's still not like my favourite, but that's mainly because it was on Freedom Child. But I prefer the songwriting on this one, so that's why it's a bit higher up. At 65 is Divided States of America. So this is very similar to Freedom Child for me. I enjoyed the songwriting behind it a lot more than the rest of the album. I enjoyed the message they were trying to portray with it. There are some like lyrics from this song, like specific lyrics that I really, really enjoy. It was just the sound of the song personally that I wished had come on an earlier album, because I just preferred the sound of the earlier albums, or even like the sound of Sunsets and Full Moons. I just felt like it was a bit overproduced for me personally. Number 64 is No Man is an Island. So No Man is an Island, obviously, originally when I listened to Freedom Child, started off further down this list. However, when I heard it live, I was like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was, which has happened with a few songs on this list. They have gone up in my estimation, having heard the live version compared to the album version. I actually really quite like most of this song. The only part that gets me is the chorus part. I just, like most of this album, the producing on this album just wasn't for me. I just find it quite overproduced, and you're hearing Danny's like regular voice to me, and then all of a sudden it just goes a bit mad. So normally when I listen to this, I listen to the acoustic version because it's not so produced for me. Like, his voice doesn't sound so, but I'm not a producer obviously, but it sounds auto-tuned to me, and I just don't enjoy that. I prefer like his raw vocal. Rock the World is at number 63. I just think this one was one of my favourites on Freedom Child. It still is, to be honest. It was just that the songwriting wasn't as deep as some of the others, and I just prefer when they get more in depth in their songwriting. However, I really, really, really love Mark's parts in this song. For a lot of these songs, Mark's part is like bringing the song up, and this is one of those for me. I really like Mark's part. Number 62 is Written in the Scars. So Written in the Scars for me is it's just a good song. Like, personally, I love like belting out the lyrics to this one. I love the songwriting behind it. I love the message. I think the fact that like you're hearing these people who, and there's so many songs where they're like this, but you're hearing these people that are so famous and they seem like their life's so perfect, but they're being vulnerable, and I think that's one of the things that's the best about the script and makes me such a big fan of them. And this song is one of my favourites on Freedom Child for that reason, because it feels like them being like raw. Number 61 is our first non-Freedom Child song, and it's If You Don't Love Yourself. Now, I understand the message that they were trying to go with behind this song, and I get exactly where they're coming from of being like loving yourself is really important, and I agree. However, the reason that this was further down is because I saw a lot of people at the time, and I was kind of thinking the same myself, that it's kind of, I love the song still, but it's detrimental to certain people to say you can't love other people if you don't love yourself. If you're still on that journey of learning to like love yourself and have that self-confidence, it's like, it doesn't help to hear that like you're not really loving others, because you can pour yourself into loving other people without fully like embracing who you are. And that for me is why it is a little bit further down. I still really like the song. I get where they were going with it. It just didn't hit the mark for me. Never Seen Anything Quite Like You is at number 60. Now, this one, it makes me sad, because I loved this song when No Sound Without Silence came out. I was defending this song when No Sound Without Silence came out. And I was defending it on No Sound Without Silence tour, even Freedom Child tour, I was defending this. However, I'm just sick of it at this point. I just think there's so many songs that we haven't heard live that I'm just like, we want to hear songs we haven't heard live. Like, you know, like we're getting to it, but like give us, you know, that one song. I do love it. I love the message behind it. I think it's really cute, and I get like couples, like a lot of couples in the fan base I see like have this song as like their song, and like I love it for that. It is cute, but it's just, we need a break. And I was really happy when we got a little break from it in the summer, personally. But I still love it, and I think having that piano-based song is a good one for the lads. I do. I think that hearing their voices like more like in a more acoustic setting, I really enjoyed that. And Glenn's high note does make it a great song just by that self. The Last Time is at number 59. So The Last Time was another one that was a bit further down this list, and then when I heard it live, it got elevated a few spaces. So I think this one for me, after Freedom Child specifically, I was like, oh my god, we need a good album. For me personally, we need a good album. And when this came out as the lead single, I was like, I'm seeing good things. And obviously the album came out and it was amazing. I really like this one. I really like hearing it live. It was sad when they cut it for the summer shows. Bring it back for the next tour, please. Number 58 is I Want It All. So this is, actually, no, I was going to say it's the latest single. Technically it's not anymore. So the single for Tales from the Script. I actually heard this one and thought, meh. But again, having heard it live, I did really enjoy it live, especially when Mark was there. Really, really enjoyed it. He elevated it. And yeah, it's just one of those songs that's fun to belt out at shows, and obviously the studio version if you want to. But belting out at shows like just elevated this song for me. 57 is Rain. Now, this is another one, again, we've had a string of them, that I didn't like, and then I heard it live, and I thought, this is a good live song, especially on the Greatest Hits tour. I don't know why, something about it was just brilliant this tour. I think it was kind of like the Superheroes into Rain just worked really well. I really enjoyed it. I personally never listened to the album version of this song though. I always listen to the acoustic version. I think I just like Danny's ad libs, to be honest. I think it's better personally for me, like it's less produced, and I think that I just enjoy the sound of it better. I think it sounds more similar to the live version than the album version, and yeah, just I like Rain. It's not my favourite, but I like it, and I didn't before I heard it live. Arms Open is at 56. So Arms Open is one that I liked from the start. I like it a lot. I actually think the message behind it is one of my favourites on Freedom Child. I do struggle with the chorus. I don't know why they have the little who's in there. You know where they go, who? I don't know why they're there. That is the bit that I sing along with that instead of actually singing along to the song, and it makes me laugh. However, I do really, really love that song, and I don't think any of us are going to forget Arms Open at Stuttgart. That was a time in history, and that is what that song means to me now. So that in itself elevates it for me. Number 55 is Wonders. Now, Wonders is a good song. This is where we're getting onto the list of this is where it started to get really hard. This is a really good song. We all loved it. We all wanted it on the Freedom Child tour. They did play it, which we were all very happy about. I really, really love Mark in this song. I think a lot of the songs that Mark's on just elevates them, but I really, really love Mark in this song. I think the chorus section that he does is one of my favourite parts, and belting out this song is just really fun. I want them to bring it back for tour, because this was a great song live as well. Number 54 is Underdog. So this is basically Sunsets and Full Moon's answer to Superheroes and Hall of Fame, and I really, really liked it. It wasn't my favourite song on the album, obviously. However, I wish they had played this live, because I think that, along with some other songs on this list, well, one other song on this list mainly, this could have rivaled Hall of Fame very easily. I wish they'd played it. I don't know why they didn't. But I really like this song. The message behind it is cool. More Underdog. Hot Summer Nights is at number 53. And I had listened to this one a few times, but I really, really like this one now. I think it's because it's a bit cheesy, and I don't tend to like the cheesy ones. However, this one now really makes me laugh, especially the section where they're talking about wearing flip-flops. I don't know why, just the way he says flip-flops makes me laugh. This one on tour was cool. I wish they had played it more because I only saw it once. But I like Hot Summer Nights. It's a good song. Number 52 is Makeup. So Makeup is a top song on Freedom Child. I really, really like the message behind this song. I like listening to it, but I don't listen to it a lot, which is why it's further down, because this one, sometimes I just want to cry when I listen to it. I love the message behind it. I love how they were trying to be really inclusive with this song. I think this alone is why I like Freedom Child. Like, Freedom Child, it can be released just so we get this song. I love this one. I think it's really, really good. 51 is Mad Love. Now, this is my favourite song on Freedom Child, and that is for one reason, one reason only, Mark. So, I absolutely love Mark's parts on this song. I feel like he just elevates it to a new level, and I haven't liked a lot of the sound of Freedom Child, but this one was a bit different in I just thought it was fun. I just find this one fun to listen to, and I think that in itself is a good enough reason for it to be my favourite. But I really like the I just like it. It's just fun, you know? At number 50 is Moon Boots. So I could not believe it when I realised that we were already at number 3. Like, how can anything on number 3 be this far down this list? But this is just where it ended up, and I have checked this list multiple times to check this is actually where this should be. And it just got so hard to rank these songs. I love them all so much that this is just where it ended up. Moonboots is amazing. I love it. I think it's well worth making number 3 deluxe version. I love this song. And yeah, I just love it. It's really catchy, and yeah, I can't really say anymore. Something Unreal is at number 49. So Something Unreal is a live song to me. It's like, it was the most amazing opener for the Sunsets and Full Moons tour. I loved it. The intro when they came out, and then going into that song, oh, amazing. And keep saying this, but Mark's part especially, hairs on the back of my neck stand up every time. I love hearing this one live, and I do like listening to it studio as well. It's just a great song. Number 48 is How, Rain or Sunshine. Now this one is, it's just a fun song. Like, it makes me think of just like, yeah, having fun. And I don't know whether it was specifically written for the Mrs. Brown's Boys movie, or whether they just were like, oh, that's the song we would like. However, I do think it fits that kind of like vibe really, really well. Like, you know, like Irish, like family, just like, and friends, just like having fun. I just think it's a fun song, and I'm going to say that a lot, but this is a fun song. Following on very nicely from How, Rain or Sunshine, Paint and Sound Green is number 47. So Paint and Sound Green is one where if I listen to it, I want to listen to How, Rain or Sunshine straight afterwards, and I think that just stems from the No Sound Not Silence tour. But I just think those two songs are so stereotypically Irish, and they're just, as I said before, they're just fun. They're fun to listen to, and I really enjoy them. I think they're great live. Paint Town Green is obviously still on the set now, and I love the drum section. I think that's like one of the most fun parts of the show at the moment. It's funny seeing obviously Mark or Colin with their big drum. I think it's just fun seeing how like into it Dan gets as well. I just think this song is a good song. It's great in the studio, but it's even better live, and I love it. Number 46 is No Good and Goodbye. Now, No Good and Goodbye is just one of those songs that I really liked when I first heard it, and I've just kind of liked it since. Like, it's not one of my favourites, but it's not like my least favourite either. It's just kind of one of those songs like I won't skip. I love listening to it. I do love it live. I know that the lights blind you, but I do like listening to it live, especially for the guitar riff at the start. I really, really enjoy that. Obviously, I like the message behind it. I like what it's about. And I like the fact that they took like plays on words to be like, there is no good and goodbye, so why do we say that? I just thought it was like an interesting take. Number 45 is Hurricanes. So Hurricanes is the other song with Moonboots on number 3 deluxe version, and I really, really like this one as well. I think it's a really, really fun song to listen to, and I really, really, for some reason, like the bridge in this song, and I don't really know why. It's just fun. I feel like I've used that word so many times, but a lot of these songs I'm just like, they're just fun to listen to. Army of Angels is at number 44. Now, Army of Angels it was one of my favourites as soon as it came out, and even though I don't listen to it that much anymore, I still really, really love it. I think it's amazing that they took some time to write a song about their fans and how much they appreciate everything. And even if it wasn't like originally about that, like I feel like a lot of people have interpreted it in that way. And I think taking the time to express how much the support means to them just makes you want to support them even more. I feel like it just like, if it means the world to them, then it means the world to us. Number 43 is Without Those Songs, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like this one when it first came out, but I ended up really, really liking it. I think it's cool that they got to write a song about people that inspire them, and yeah, I just really like the tune of the song. I just think it's quite a nice song to listen to. At number 42, we have Superheroes. And Superheroes is the first song that I was in the fanbase when it came out. And I remember listening to it for the first time on the radio. Radio 1, I think, are on at that point. And yeah, I just liked it as soon as I heard it. And I think that song, obviously, I was like a big fan before that, but I think that song was the one that like solidified me, you know, being in the fan base, and I really, really liked that song, and I really, really liked the rest of the album. I think that was just a really great lead single, and I really, really love hearing that live. I think it's one of the best ones in the set at the moment, anyway. Number 41 is It's Not Right For You. Now, It's Not Right For You is a really, really good song for me. I really, really like this one. I like the drums, especially. I think the drums in this one are really good. But apart from that, I love the message behind the song. I really, really like the idea of the fact that if you're not doing what you want to be doing, then you should change it and live your life the way you want to be living it. Because at the end of the day, like we say, you've only got one life to live, so love what you do. That was cringe. Flares is at number 40. Now, Flares is one that means a lot to me. I think, especially recently, hearing the lyrics to that of like, if you're feeling down, then you're not the only one out there feeling that way. And I think sometimes a reminder of that is really great. And I think this song is a really good way to portray that message. I really like the piano. I just really like this song a lot. And yeah, like I say, I think it applies to a lot of people in a lot of different situations, and I think everyone sort of attaches a different meaning to it. But I really like this one. I think it's a really great song. Number 39 is Hall of Fame. Now, I don't know if that's a surprise to a lot of people. I don't know how much people like Hall of Fame. I know it's like their like big song at the end, and don't get me wrong, I really, really, really enjoy it at the end of gigs. I did like it when they switched it out for the first time on the last tour, I think, when they didn't play it last at every single show. I like the song. I really, really do. I really like it a lot. However, I just like other songs more than it, to be honest. That's just kind of it. And I will say that I don't listen to the will.i.am version. I listen to the version with just the script because I like hearing Mark more. No offense to will.i.am, but I just prefer the version with just the lad. Number 38 is Hurt People, Hurt People. Now, Hurt People, Hurt People is one of my favourites on Sunsets and Full Moons. I just really like the song. I can't really say much about a lot of these songs, just kind of in the middle. It's just that, like, I just really like them, but not as much as any song that's above them. I really like this one. I think it's fun. I think it's really funny when Danny's talking about big man better leave his girl alone. That makes me laugh every time. I love it. And I love Mark's verse, as I keep saying. We love you, Mark. The Energy Never Dies is number 37. Now, The Energy Never Dies, I absolutely love this one. I think it's a really, really great message behind the song. And, like, I get that it's sort of, like, related to religion and stuff, which, no, like, not everyone believes in religion, that you will, you know, go somewhere else. However, I think it's quite a comforting song, even though it's like a very like sort of not rocky. I can't think of the word. It's like a more upbeat song, but it's quite comforting in that sense of like if you believe in that, you will see that person again. And I found a sense of comfort in that in myself. Also, the 24/7 365 dance that Danny adopted. I don't know where that came from, but like I loved doing that when the song came on. Number 36 is Man on a Wire, and this is my favourite song off the main No Sound Without Silence album. Really, really liked the song. I like I know, like it's another like simple one. It's cheesy, but I really really like it. And the main reason I love this one is the music video. I loved the fact that they got out there and did that, especially Mark, because we all know he's afraid of heights, and Glenn, the absolute mad lad, pulling his stool closer to the edge of the building, gave me so much anxiety. But also the ribbons and everything about that music video is one of my absolute favorites. I love it so much, and I really really love the song. Number 35 is Dare You to Doubt Me, and I'm surprised that this is only halfway up because I really 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 love this song. I loved the way they came up with that not marketing campaign, but the way that they first previewed it to us. I thought that was really cool, especially since it started off like instrumental and we were all like, what the heck is this? And then when they played it properly in Manchester, oh, such a good idea. And then obviously us all like bouting it out by like the next gig. It was just so much fun. I loved that. And I love the song. Gonna keep saying it, Mark's part especially is the best part of the song. Love it so much. But I personally think that if they'd put more effort into this could have been the new Hall of Fame. I still hope that it goes on an album just so we can get the picture of them on the bikes as the front of the album. Speaking of the bikes, the music video, absolutely love this music video. As someone said it, I can't remember who it was, Mark gives My Town vibes. It's just the best, and I cried when I first watched it, thinking back over how amazing this tour's been. Number 34, so just over halfway, is Howl at the Moon. And you might be thinking, Howl at the Moon? The iTunes only track? Yes, the iTunes only track. And I love Howl at the Moon. I think it's because it reminds me of being a kid and like having all these dreams about what you're going to do when you grow up, and like we're still figuring it out. At least I hope I'm not the only one. But I think it just reminds you of being a kid and like dreaming about everything you could be. And I am still mad that it wasn't on the main album, because if Freedom Child can have 14 songs, then so can No Sound Without Silence, and Howl at the Moon should have been on there. Same Time is at number 33. It's just a great song. I love the songwriting. I love the fact that like in terms of like it being the script and them talking about how they wanted to tell stories. Don't think it's a song that tells the story more than Same Time. I might be wrong. I might say that later on, but I can't think of another one right now. It's like the story of like, oh, they've just broken up and then like they're going to be thinking about each other for the rest of their lives. Doesn't sound like the most healthy thing in the world. However, I still really love the song, and I really like the message behind it. Number 32 is Run Through Walls. Now, Run Through Walls, gets me in the feels every time. I love that song. I think it was really, again, like some of the other songs that we haven't got to yet, it's just like, it was really raw from them to put out a song like that, obviously, especially Danny, but like the other two for supporting him so much. And I think it was just a really special song, and yeah, makes me cry every time they play it live. I love it, and yeah, Run Through Walls, just a great song. And that music video gets me every time. Just love it. Give the Love Around is at number 31. Now, Give the Love Around, just like I love it, and I know I've been saying that for a while, and like there are so many songs that I love by them that this list just got so hard to rank at some point. And yeah, I just love this one. I love the message that like you want to put out in the world what you want to receive. I think so many people should live by that. I just think like, yeah, like if you want good things, you've got to put good energy out into the world. And yeah, again, I'm gonna keep saying it. I love Mark's verse. It's just great, and I love Give the Love Around. Number 30 is Glowing. Now, Glowing's just a great song. I love the message behind it, that the people in this relationship love each other so much that they would just do anything that they needed to get to help them and to get them where they need to be. I know like it's a bit of an extreme situation in the song, but like I think it can apply to so many things that like you just love someone so much that you do whatever, no matter what they've done. You just want to help them. And I think a lot of us have experienced something like that. So it's just like a pretty relatable song, I would say. Yeah, just like really great. Love Glowing. Number 29 is The Hurt Game. And to be honest, it's painful that it is actually this low down because I love The Hurt Game. I think so many of us have been asking for it on the set list for so long, and I'm like, it's a crime that we haven't got it. Like, if the script actually ever watched this video, put it on the set list because we need it now. I doubt they ever will, but just in case. Yeah, I love The Hurt Game. I don't even know what it is about it. It's just such a great song, and like I can just see us all bowing out in arenas. But just fingers crossed it happens for us one day. I know we're past Sunsets and Full Moons now, but like just for one night, even if it's just one night, just like put it on the set list, please. Number 28 is Broken Arrow, and we've been talking about him, and like I miss him so much. But this is Mark's song, and that in itself just makes it so great. Just the amount that we hear his voice, and I love the like he did the verses and Danny did the choruses. I really, 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 can I say enough? Really like this song, and yeah, it's just like the fact alone that it's Mark's song. In my mind, I'm like, Mark's song, and that's enough for me. Love it. Millionaires is at number 27. Now, Millionaires is it's just a great song, and I think that we've all had those kind of nights where you just like want to stay out forever, and yeah, it just really is, like they say, spending your time like you're a millionaire, and you don't have to have money to have an amazing time and a good life. And I think you learn that a lot, but I think this song just like exemplifies that so much. I just love this one, and obviously hearing it live is just such a party with everyone, and love it. Number 26 is Good Old Days, and Good Old Days is just another one where it's just all about having fun. It's so good live. You get such a party atmosphere from this song, obviously, because they're basically singing about a party. I just think this one is just so much fun. I wish it was on the set list all the time. I've really, really, really missed it this tour. I think it's just one of those really, really great songs that you just want to hear all the time. That it's just a non-skip. I love it. Quite a different vibe. Number 25 is If You Could See Me Now, and obviously this was the first song where they sort of opened up and got really personal about their songwriting, like in specifics. I think it just made for such a great song that's become such a staple. Obviously, I struggle not to cry like every time I hear it live. Not so much this tour without Mark, but when they're all there together, there's just such an energy that comes with this song that I think it's just going to be such a staple forever. And I think it's really admirable because there aren't that many people that would come out and write a song like this. And I think the fact that they do just is another reason why so many people are such big fans. 24 is 6 Degrees of Separation. So 6 Degrees is just I just keep saying it. It's just another great song. I love the idea of the play on words of 6 degrees of separation being how far away you are from someone, but also being the sort of it's sort of being equated to like the stages of grief in this song, which I think is really clever. I love hearing this one live, as I keep saying, but I think this one's just another one that's quite raw, obviously, particularly from Danny's point of view. I think it's just a great song, and I think they write about such relatable things, and this is an example of like everyone's been through that kind of thing, even if it's not like in a romantic sense. It might be just like with a friendship or something. I think so many people can relate to it. It's just a really great song. No Words is at number 23, and oh my god, I love No Words. I think this song is one of their, like, it's such good songwriting. I love this song. I love the way that it's almost like a poem. Like, it's kind of like not really singing, it's just kind of like spoken word, especially the bridge. Again, Mark, obviously. But I just think this one is, it's just like spoken word. I just think it works so well, especially with their style, especially with the number three sort of like sound. I think it worked so well, and I absolutely love No Words. I would love to hear that live one day. 22 is my favourite song on number three, Kaleidoscope. And Kaleidoscope is my favourite. I don't even know why it's my favourite. I just think, again, we're going back to, oh, it's a fun song, but I just think, I don't know why. I just love it. I just think like the sound of it just is really great, and I like the songwriting, and yeah, I don't know what it is about that one. I just love it, and I can't really explain why, but just know that I do. Okay, so This Is Love is number 21, and this top 21 is definitely nostalgia. I am sure you figured out now that it is just the first two albums. However, I do really love the sound of those two albums more than any of their others, and I just think that's, I can't change how I feel. I love This Is Love though. I think it's a really fun one. Fun again. I used to have this as my ringtone. It used to be one of my favourites before I settled on my like absolute fave, which you'll hear in a minute. But I just think it's a fun one. I really like the chorus of it. I really like the message behind it. Just This Is Love. Love it. Okay, top 20. If You See K is at number 20. I really like this one. Again, I'm back on it again. Mark makes this song. Love his parts. So great. I think it's really fun as well that they kind of went for the whole, like, at the time, like, Britney, If You See K Me, you know. I just thought it was fun that they kind of slipped that in there. And I know like it wasn't a radio song, so they didn't really have to, but I just think it's fun. And especially at that time, I can see that they would think that was really funny. So I think it's really funny. Number 19 is Rusty Halo, and it's just like the sound of their songs that I really, really enjoy. I think their like more pop rock right at the start was one of my favourites, and obviously this is on the like rockier side. I just really, really like Rusty Halo. For some of these, I'm like, feel like I'm just saying the same thing over again, like, oh, it's a great song, but it's just like I don't really have a justification. I just it's here because I like it a lot and I always listen to it. I'm Yours is at number 18. Now, I'm Yours, oh, love it. The songwriting, I really love. Again, I feel like I keep saying this as well, but like I love how raw it is, and I like the like softness of the song in comparison to some of the others. The only reason that it's a bit further down is because sometimes I skip it because it just makes me feel sad sometimes. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's because it's just like slow and like emotional and stuff, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't feel like listening to that today. Like if I'm in a really good mood, I don't want to listen to something really sad, because then, you know, you don't want to feel sad sometimes. But I really, really, really like I'm Yours a lot. Number 17 is Anybody There, and obviously this was like the sort of like bonus track, I guess, on the script, and I really, really enjoyed this one. I think the message behind this song is quite good, because I feel like it's sort of encouraging you to just live your life for whatever you really enjoy and not worry too much about what other people might think. because at the end of the day, we're all going to end up wherever we end up, and if you're doing things that other people might perceive as bad, then that's kind of on them, and that's how they want to live their life, and it's not up to them how you decide to live your life. I feel like that's kind of like the message behind it. That's how I've always interpreted the song, and I feel like it's quite a good message to be putting out there. So yeah, really like Anybody there. Number 16 is Walk Away. I don't really have much of a justification behind this one again. I just like it more than the ones below it. To be honest, I think the sound of this album, like Science of Faith generally, is just great. I really like this one, just not as much as the ones above it. Number 15 is We Cry, and We Cry obviously being like their first song is pretty mad. Like, that was such a long time ago now. I really, really like this one. I think it being their first song and being essentially about the place where they grew up is really cool. I think We Cry is one of those that's just really, again, fun to listen to, and it's really, really great live. I really like hearing it, and yet again, Mark's section, just so fun. Number 14 is Dead Man Walking, and Dead Man Walking is just one of those songs where I think the songwriting is just really, really like clever. I really enjoy the songwriting in this song, and I think like the metaphor of him being like a dead man walking because the relationship's kind of over even though he's still in it. I think that's really clever, and I really, really enjoy like the sound of this song. I just love the sound of this time, of this like era of the script, and yeah. That means it is number 14. Number 13 is Exit Wounds, and this is another one where I just really, really enjoyed the songwriting. I think the like message behind it of like this guy kind of like getting his heart broken and sort of like going around looking for ways to fix his scars, but then sort of like the bridge being like, it's okay if you have scars. The right people are going to love you no matter what's happened in your past, so you just have to sort of like deal with what's happened in the moment and then move on and like keep the people in your life that are really there for you. Number 12 is If You Ever Come Back, and this one is just a great song. Again, I'm going to keep saying it, but this is one that I never thought I was going to hear live, and then when I did, I was like, oh my god, I love this song so much, and it was even better live. I think the music video is really, really great as well. I like how it's kind of like a dual meaning, because like it can be waiting for someone to come back, but I also really like how the music video portrays it. I think it's just a great song. Number 11 is Long Gone and Moved On, and this one and If You Ever Come Back kind of just like go up and down in my head depending on which one I'm going to pick on a certain day, and today it's Long Gone and Moved On. They both got quite a similar vibe, to be honest, about like how hard it can be sometimes to get over someone, but I think they both kind of talk about how it's okay that it is taking you a long time, but it is worth it eventually to sort of move on with your life. And I feel like Long Gone and Moved On is kind of like the follow-up to If You Ever Come Back, in my head. Which kind of makes sense, because they're like one after the other in the album. I wonder if they intended that. I've never really thought that much about that before. But Long Gone and Moved On, really great, love it. In the top 10, number 10 is You Won't Feel a Thing. And I really, really love You Won't Feel a Thing. I think it's a great message behind the song of how you would do anything to protect the people that you really, really love. And I think it's great to hear something like that, like a positive message about even though things can be difficult, you can always get through it if you have people around you. And I really, really love this one live. I want it back. And I want Danny to stay on the stage for it. Now, number 9 is Before the Worst. And I know it's a fan favourite, but it is in my top 10 and I really love this one as well. It's just other songs that I love just a little bit more, okay? So, For the Worst, I love, like, there's actually, I was saying earlier about a song with story behind it. I feel like this is another one that has like a real like storyline behind it. The first album kind of is more like that than some of the others. I really love the like storyline that comes along with it, and of course we love hearing it live and Danny messing up the words. Number 8 is Fall for Anything. And Fall for Anything is one of those that I don't feel like a lot of people talk about a lot, but I really, really like this one. I think the idea that you need to like have strong, like, not morals, but like strong beliefs in what you believe in and not let other people like sort of sway you. I think that's quite a strong message to send, and I don't feel like a lot of people talk about this song, but it's one of my absolute favorites. I really, really love this one. I think it's just a great song with a great message behind it. Number 7 is Nothing, the iconic song from the tour where Danny phones someone's ex, and that is a good reason for it to be up here. But it's also just a great song. I love the music video. I think it's really funny when Danny's just jumping over and you just see Glenn Mark running in the background. Always makes me laugh every time. I love this song a lot. It's one of my absolute favourites, obviously. And yeah, it's just iconic. Plus, when they phoned Fiona and Colin yelled Fiona into the phone is forever ingrained into my mind. Number 6 is Talk You Down, and Talk You Down, oh, I love it. I think it's one of their best. I really, really like I really, really like the music video for this one. I like playing it. Me. I like hearing it on tour. I like the dance routine. Always super fun to do when there's a dance routine to one of their songs. I just find it really fun. And obviously it's about something like sad, but I think they have a like really great way of taking songs about sad things and like turning them into just a really like great song. Oh, plus it's always super fun to hear Danny like not have a clue where they are and just say a random city. That's always really fun. So we're getting to the absolute best, and number 5 is Break Even, and it's just iconic. I don't feel like I really have to say too much about this one. Everyone knows Break Even, and it's popular for a reason. It is one of the best. It's great live. It's great studio. It's great. Actually, I can't think what the acoustic was like, but we love it. And it's Break Even. It's just iconic. You just don't need to explain yourself. It's Break Even. Again, much like Break Even, number 4 is The Man Who Can't Be Moved. Again, it's The Man Who Can't Be Moved. You don't really need to explain it. Everyone knows Man Who Can't Be Moved. It's a great one live. It's a great one studio. It's just one of their best. And like, I know like the most popular songs aren't always the best for these artists, but Man Who and Break Even they're iconic for a reason. They are great songs, and they're the reason why they're here now. So we love them. And I love it when Danny gets emotional and he pretends that he's not crying, even though he's definitely crying. Number 3. Now, this might be a bit of a random one, but my favourite from the script is The End Where I Begin. And I don't even know what it is about this one. I think it's the way that it starts off like nice and slow and like, you know, like subdued, and then like the guitars and it gets like a bit more rocky. I don't know why. I just really, really love The End Where I Begin. I think it's one of their best, and I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that one day I might hear it live, because I wasn't on the tours when they played it. I was too young. So fingers crossed one day I'll hear this one live, because I absolutely love it. Number 2 is Science and Faith, and I just love Science and Faith. It's just such a good song. I absolutely love it. I think the songwriting is great. I love where it came from again with Mark. I think it's just one of their best, and I know like obviously I'm saying that because it's number 2 on my list, but I just think it's so good, and we won't talk about the head tilt, just but we all know. So we've got to the top, my absolute favourite script song, and I'm sure most of you could guess, is For the First Time. And it's just because I think it's their best song. I think it's one of the best songs ever. Controversial, but I just love it. It's the reason I'm here, it's the reason I discovered them, and obviously they've changed my life. So I just want to say thank you for writing that song. If they ever do watch this, I don't think they will. But if the script are watching, thank you for writing that song. Thank you for being in my life. And I'm not going to cry. But the script are a lot for a lot of people. And there's a reason we all love them so much. And For the First Time is the reason that I'm in this fan base. So I owe everything to that song. It's always going to be my number one. So that was my ranking of every song by the script. If you want, leave me a comment. Tell me what your favourite songs are, your top 10. Rank every song if you want, but it might take you ages. This took me ages. And yeah. This was just for fun, so I don't know if I'll make any more videos. I might do some more script ranking videos, but yeah. See you later.